With the Yellowstone origin story 1883 wrapping up, the stars have been talking a lot about what's to come for that show, and people attached to the show and the larger Yellowstone franchise have been getting pretty detailed about what's up with all the other shows. I'm talking updates on Yellowstone, the rumored spin-off based on the 4/6's ranch, a new prequel called 1932, and additional seasons of 1883. It's Billy Dukes, and I think it's fair to say that the news is mixed. If you just can't wait to hear the bad news, I understand. Find the time codes in the description section of this video, and you can jump right there. I'll trade you a subscribe for that little perk. Or, while you're there, check out the links to the Dutton Rules podcast where we go deep on all of these shows. Right off the bat, I want to know how you felt about the end of 1883.
It's good. It's good.
Not gonna spoil it here, but give me a 1 to 10 rating in the comments section. 1 is you hated it like warm beer or cold coffee. 10 is you want to divorce your spouse and marry it. I'm like a 9, if only because my wife watches these videos. New episodes of 1883 are coming, but it's not a second season. Talking to The Hollywood Reporter, executive producer David Glasser made it clear that there will be no proper second season of 1883. There's just going to be something like encore episodes. They'll come this fall, but he stopped short of saying who will star in them. Talking to Variety, Tim McGraw says he's not sure if his character is going to be part of what's next. Quote, "We're sort of in limbo like everyone else. Thumbs up this video if you're only half buying what Tim is selling there. I mean, he has to know something, right? But I digress." That question was tied to the announcement of the expansion of the Yellowstone universe with a show called 1932 that finds the Duttons living through the Great Depression in Montana. His James Dutton would be about 80 or 85 years old if he was still alive, so it's unlikely that McGraw would get that part, although I'm here for seeing how makeup creates an 85-year-old Tim McGraw. Not a lot known about 1932, other than it will air on Paramount Plus next year in 2023. One little note, the show promises to deal with prohibition, which makes sense, except there was no prohibition in Montana in 1932. It was the first state to repeal it, doing so in 1926, so I'm kind of wondering if these Duttons were cooking up something special, if you know what I'm saying. We'll see. I'm going to fly through Yellowstone news because we've talked about this before. In the right-hand corner, there's a link with more about Season 5 of Yellowstone. But the nuts and bolts is Season 5 begins filming in May and begins airing on the Paramount Network this fall. The popular belief was that the 4/6's spinoff would fill this gap. Jefferson White and Ryan Bingham are attached, but not confirmed. In my opinion, the show needs a big star to work, and all has been suspiciously quiet on it for a good reason. The 4/6's show, according to Glasser, isn't coming until 2023 either. It'll likely be set in the modern day and even interact with Yellowstone Duttons. Based on what we've seen, I'm expecting a more peaceful show that entertains with horse work. It could be for the true cowboy, but come on, it's Taylor Sheridan, so there's gotta be some drama, right? Both Jefferson White and his on-screen wife, Catherine Kelly, will be back on Yellowstone this fall, by the way, which is surprising because Season 4 seemed to kind of send them off. So this all leads to the bad news. We have to wait 6 months for anything new from this world. Like it's going to be a legit half year between shows, and frankly, this kind of stinks, especially since reruns on Yellowstone are on a different streaming platform as reruns of 1883. The first airs reruns on Peacock, the second on Paramount Plus. By the way, one final important note, Season 4 of Yellowstone will move to Peacock on March 28th. I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.